As a salesperson making outbound calls to prospects, you've got to keep in mind what winning looks like. Because if you have the wrong idea of winning and you start losing according to your definition, well, you're going to get frustrated. And eventually you're going to wash out and quit sales. So what does winning not look like? Well, winning doesn't look like closing a sale. Because the chances are the majority of the people you're calling don't need what you sell. Now, you don't know that because you're fishing. Remember, we're not hunting for prospects, we're fishing. We're putting a bait out there and having the right people come to it. We're looking for the people who are looking for us. So most of the people you call, even though it's possible they need what you provide and what you sell, or you wouldn't be calling them, but they probably don't. And so they're probably not going to say yes because they don't need it. Now, let's say they do need it. Well, the second reason they're not going to say yes is because they're not ready. Maybe they just bought what you sell and they're not going to be ready again till next year. Or maybe they don't have a budget for another 4 months until they have the money to buy what you sell. So even if they do need what you sell, they might not be ready. So you're not going to hear a yes. And the third reason, let's say they are needing what you sell and they are ready to buy. Well, the third reason they're not going to buy right now and you're not going to hear yes is that they don't know you. Unless it's a very transactional product that you're selling where somebody can make a decision quickly on one call, chances are your buyer is going to want to do some research. They're going to want to get to know, like, and trust you and your product. And that's going to take some time and probably a couple calls. And so even if they need what you sell and are ready to buy it, they're probably not going to do it and give you a yes on that first call. So if you think yes is what you're looking for, you're going to be frustrated far, far more often than not. So what does winning look like if it's not getting a yes? What winning looks like when you're prospecting is following the process. It's having a script and following the script. It's setting aside a call block of time where you're going to make X amount of calls. Maybe that's 20 calls, maybe that's 30 calls, maybe it's a 60-minute window, 90-minute window. You've got your names and numbers ready and you're just going to call. And you're going to follow your script, which is maybe something like letting them know who you are and what you do and asking them if it would be worth some of their time to talk further. And then setting that appointment to have that sales conversation. This isn't the sales conversation. Unless they say, yeah, great, I'm ready right now. Let's talk right now. Okay, go into your sales conversation. But chances are they're not, even if they're interested. So you're calling to find out when you put your bait out there, hey, I do this for these types of people. This is who I'm looking for. Is that you? You're looking for them to say, I'm interested in that. I might be that person. Let's set up a time to have a deeper conversation. That's it. That's your win. Your win is picking up the phone, setting the call block time, picking up the phone, making your calls, and putting your bait out there time after time. This is what I do. This is who I'm looking for. Would it be worth 15 minutes to find out more about how I do that? If they say yes, great, set the meeting. If they say no, great, make the next call. It doesn't matter what they say. See, you don't control them. You only control you. And if you start putting winning and losing on another person, depending on what another person does determines whether or not you've won or lost, it's just going to be very dissatisfying and very frustrating. So yes, those are results that we're looking for. And by making enough calls, we're going to get enough sales conversations that will get us enough sales. We're going to fill our pipeline with opportunities. We're going to fish enough that we're going to have people come to our bait and want to have a conversation with us. That's the longer term play here. The win is making the calls, essentially putting your line in the water over and over. Keep casting. That's the win. If a fish comes to you, that's great. If a fish doesn't come to you, that's okay. Keep fishing. That's the win. And that's how you stay in the game in sales. You don't stay in the game by trying to get yeses and being frustrated when you don't get them, because you're not going to get them nearly as often as you get no's. The win is continuing to follow your process. The results will follow. So Consider it a win when you make a call block, make your calls, put your line in the water, cast your bait, and start talking to people and see where that takes you.